We'll start on time, unlike last week where Joel restarted his damn computer.
Oh, they're starting? I gotta restart my
Hold
computer.
on, let me just kick this circuit out.
No, my bottom outlet went out. It just doesn't
Oh,
work anymore.
yeah, excuses I've heard
And then we
before.
decided to
Bottom
talk about
outlet.
other shit for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, and we started talking about Pokemon. We still need to rank all the Pokemon. It's gonna
Oh my
happen.
gosh.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Dedicate an episode to each ranking. We'll never finish.
No, we're ranking all of them in one episode.
Oh fuck.
Or as many as we can.
24-hour, what's it called? Extra live stream. It's
Yeah.
just us ranking fucking Pokemon.
Dude, I would love that. I'll fly to Idaho. We could get a room.
All
And
right.
stream.
Cool.
Whoa.
Maybe
Bottom
I
outlet.
mean, they get a room is so, a hotel that has good internet or something.
Yeah, right.
In Idaho?
That's true. Idaho sucks. You guys can come
It
here
does.
and not be in a garbage place full of trash
Whoa.
and cows.
Whoa.
There's a lot of cows over there.
That's my family.
That's my... Whoa.
There was that thing in the news about all those, I think, goats that fucking
They have,
ransacked the neighborhood.
150 goats that broke free of a house and
Des-
eating the shit out of a fucking neighborhood.
descended upon.
I was
Yeah.
I was very disappointed to find out it was in Boise, and I was like, damn it.
I know. I wish it was
That's-
closer to me. I would have gone and watched.
That's a real
They
bummer.
had they only been running around with a ton of fucking potatoes or something like that, it's been even more perfect.
That's like how people in Florida feel like, oh, some crazy person ate someone's ear in their face. Oh, Florida. You're like, the goats are loose, Idaho.
Jeez.
Womp
So true.
womp.
All right,
We're
let's
gonna start
this.
now.
Okay, we're keeping Delphox waiting.
Oh, he's gonna be waiting anyway. Well, should we not start?
No.
Look, it's me. Oh yeah, so we'll just do it. All right, hello and welcome to Ben's OP Game Show, recorded live at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, twitch.tv/TheGameFanatics every Friday. Did I say that twice? I don't know. This is the normal show where we talk about video games. I don't know. Let's start adding new things to the intro because I got distracted. Anyway, today I'm joined by Joel,
I'm the chicken as well.
and Logan.
I am the goat.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of
No.
sense. So
Kobe's the goat.
this is Dead Cells. This is me playing Dead Cells earlier. Delphox, the prime chicken chat person. You can be the chicken. There's like Twitch integration for this game, and you can kind of control what the bosses do and what kind of level modifiers are. And,
Dead Cells is this week's Hollow Knight.
yes, Hollow Knight's
Last
better.
week it was Chasm, and then the week before that it was Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight is better than a lot of these games that we're talking about. Now, do you want to talk about the
All I've
game, or
all
do you
I've
want
heard
to talk about the whole plagiarism IGN thing first?
Talk about the game first, and then we could talk about the plagiarism.
Okay, so I played this game about a year ago in early access for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and I've played it now that it's come out, and it does a few changes, and it is all changes for the better. Maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 hours, and I understand why people like it a lot, but to me the progression is way too slow. It is one of those roguelike kind of things where you lose all your progress when you die, but you're collecting these cells and using them to upgrade things, and at the end of each level, you can dump them into, well, I want another health potion, and once you get that, now you permanently have that other health potion, or I want this one item, so then you put the points into there, and then just impatient I am. Once you unlock that item, now it can randomly appear in the game, stuff like that. I just find it very, very slow. In a given level, you might get at the most 20, 25 of these cells, and some of the stuff I'm getting now, or I'm going for now, need like 300 to go into. And if this was, I don't know, maybe a different time or a different game, I can see how people get stuck in that loop and want to play it over and over and keep doing another run, but the runs are kind of long, and sometimes you just die suddenly. Like, things will just swarm you and you're killed. And it's fast and fluid and a lot of fun, but, and I said this during the stream, it's like, if I wasn't streaming this, I would have stopped playing by now, because it's just not that compelling.
This
for
sounds
me.
a lot like a review I've heard before.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh.
No, most of the reviews are positive. No one's copying mine. Mine's the only negative review. And honestly, I don't even know if I will play the game again. Like, there's better Metroidvania games, and I'm not quite sure if it's just the roguelike stuff I don't like, because if this was a Metroidvania game that had loot, and maybe you were going out and getting better loot and that was part of it and you kept the loot, I would like it more. The fact that I lose everything just doesn't jive with me. I don't know. And the procedurally generated levels are not very good. I give Chasm a lot of praise for how it does its generation. It almost feels like someone actually crafted it. These levels spiral out of control. There's staircases to nowhere. There's doors for no reason. Like, it's just, you can tell. And you can obviously tell that this is made via an algorithm. And that's fine, but it leads to a lot of levels that are just windy, wiggly. What I said in the stream, it's like someone spilled a bunch of spaghetti on graph paper, and that's the level now. All right, that's great.
Sounds fun.
But
I'm very interested in the game. I'm holding off on buying it for now, just because I just got Hollow Knight and I haven't put too much time into it, and there's just so many of these freaking games coming out.
Yeah, and they're all.
And I know they're
Metroidvania
each different and each have their little hook, but it's to me they're the same type of game. It's not like, I have Bloodborne and Octopath and Stardew. Those are very different games. Where if I were to get Hollow Knight and Chasm and Lana 2 or whatever the hell that other one was. Mulan.
Mm-hmm.
And then this game, it's just it's so many of the same ones, just so close together, and that's kind of what this whole indie gold rush has been churning out. Is a lot of these which are great, but at the same time, it's now there's just not that special game anymore.
I agree that it's really unfortunate that they're all coming out. I would say La Mulana 2 is better than all of these games except for maybe Hollow Knight. And Hollow Knight is better than all of these, by a mile. Hollow Knight is better than Dead Cells. And they're probably the closest to each other as well. They're faster, more combat focused, hardcore dodge jump, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I
really like Hollow Knight. I like the aesthetic of Hollow Knight. I like the atmosphere of it. Just the character, the way it moves.
And
so
this
I definitely
doesn't-
want to put more time into that.
One of the biggest
I like
parts.
all the character design for Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah, one of the biggest parts of a Metroidvania to me is wandering around that world and seeing just kind of the sights, right? And this game, it's corridor. I mean, you can see the game. What does this look that visually interesting? It's just kind of I'm in a sewer.
I like the colors in it. I like the way it looks.
It is colorful.
It's a good looking game, and the movement is pretty cool. Some parts of it he looks like he's sliding across the floor, so it's almost like one of those 3D models, in an animation that are not even touching the floor or look like they're stepping on anything.
Yeah, speaking of that, I realized while I was playing that when you throw bombs and things, they just pop out of his chest. He doesn't even throw them. They just appear and are flung.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, it looks great. So, that's my review. Feel free to steal it. I don't really care.
I don't think anybody will be doing that now.
Go make a video, and the video review has to be this game's not very good. And I wonder what would upset more people if IGN reviewed Dead Cells and they gave it a 6.
That's I thought about that today. I was like, what if they do the re-review and it scores lower?
Does
that cause controversy all of a sudden?
I doubt it though. Everyone over there loves this game, and I get it. It's a fun game, but it is not what I really want. Not what I'm looking for. I also didn't get into
this game right now.
What was it?
I don't
Rogue
know anybody
Legacy.
that hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
Well, people have their critiques about it.
Ben
but,
just did.
Well, yeah, but he still likes it. Still likes the game.
It's still fine. I'd give it an 8 maybe.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Not much higher. I'd have to play it more to review it if I was gonna review it, because
Yeah.
maybe it gets better. Maybe it gets worse. It certainly
Yeah.
is boring fighting all these same guy. You start the game out, I gotta fight Skeleton Bro again, which is actually something that was brought up in the original IGN review. So should we outline what happened?
I mean, I think most people already know by now.
Most people should know. So
Freaking
If
everywhere.
you bullet point it, that's good enough.
I'll
but
bullet point
that's
it. This
Throw some
YouTube
bullets
small
at it.
YouTube channel, Boomstick Gaming, did a video review like 2 weeks ago. IGN
He did the
put
early
up-
access review, right? He did like before the full release.
It doesn't matter.
No, but I'm just saying that's why he did it so much earlier, which is why this guy had such a chance to steal this. That's probably another reason why he didn't think anybody would notice.
I mean, maybe. So then the IGN review goes up, and he puts out this Reddit thread of like, hey, IGN stole my review, and he puts out this comparison video, which if you watch that, it starts out and you're like, okay, that's similar, and then a couple minutes into the video, you're like, okay, that's really, oh wow, oh no, oh no, oh this looks bad. And so that all happened. IGN pulled the review, and they're like, we're gonna do an investigation. This was like Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then before Monday was over, they fired him. It's Filip Miucin. His name is hard for me to pronounce. Philip with an F. That's how you know
Filip Miucin.
something's wrong with you. Your name
F
is
for
spelled
fail.
weird. Who was the IGN Nintendo editor? He was brought on last November.
He was
To-
replacing Jose Otero.
Yes, he was, and I've listened to the IGN Nintendo podcast for several years now. So
The only time I've ever listened to it was when Gary Whitta was on there and when the Completionist was on there. The only two times I've ever listened to that.
I think the Completionist was on there right before Philip started. Because I went back and I listened to the first 2 episodes he was on, and well, let's actually. Should we? It doesn't matter. I remember when he started. There's a tinge of jealousy when someone new comes to IGN, and you're like, "Who's this person? I can do a better job than you." And you're like, armchair quarterbacking, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I invite every single person to go and listen to the first episode of Nintendo Voice Chat he's on. I don't remember the number, but it is like November 11th or so. And you'll
You
see.
feel like he's just awkward or something?
You'll see the description. I'll get to that in a second. He seems nervous and whatever. I'm not gonna insult you for that. That's fine. It's just like your first day at IGN. You're like, go be on this podcast. Okay. That's fine.
Where's Naomi Kyle?
She already left. Dang it.
Fuck!
That's the only reason why I'm here.
Put it in my
Can I
2
voice
weeks.
a Mass Effect character like one lady? No, you cannot. Okay, but go watch this. But they talk to him like, well, let's get to know Philip. And he's not hosting this. Pear is hosting it. But let's get to know Philip. And they ask him a couple questions. And the questions are like, what's your favorite Mario game? What's your favorite Zelda game? What's your favorite GameCube game? Stuff like that. And I distinctly remember listening to this and going, God, his answers are not very good. Like, his answers are just so non-opinionated. They're so flat. It's like, oh, what's your favorite GameCube game? Oh, Resident Evil 4. Yeah, I'm really big fan of the Resident Evil series. And I really loved that game. It's so good. I'm like, what are you saying? There is nothing there. I feel like I could talk about Resident Evil 4 for an hour and not repeat the same point. That's how much I love that game. And this is one of your favorite GameCube games, and you just gave me a sentence that was, I love it. That's it?
We get
Well,
that.
I mean,
we know
he's
that you
used-
love it. It's your favorite game.
It's like, why? A little
He was
more.
used to doing like YouTube videos though, right? I mean, he wasn't a podcaster. He was probably
No,
just
and his
used to-
YouTube videos, you can go on his channel, and we'll get to more of that in a second too. You can go on his channel and see his videos, which I think are very, not clickbaity is the wrong word. They're very well done with their titles and their thumbnails, and very targeted on I want to buy a Switch dock. Let's look at this. Clickety clackety. And they're just kind of
very heavy product review.
yeah, it is that. And
Well,
I
they mentioned he got a lot of his followers when he was giving away Switches.
yes.
Yep.
So and that's fine, and he does actually say that in the podcast. He mentions, I got 3 Switches. One was for me, one was a backup, and one was to give away. So fine, whatever. He hit the lottery and made a channel in by the way, let's do like a timeline. He's made this channel in January of 2017. By November, IGN had found him, approached him, and offered him a job based on that channel. Which is a very fast turnaround for any YouTuber ever to start from nothing to get there, it seems weird. Not saying anything fishy happened, but it's just, that's either you hit the
It's
lottery.
odd.
You hit the fucking lottery if you didn't do anything shady, because that's borderline impossible.
Yeah, and his channel is even that big.
No, and it's not definitely. I would say it's not good, but it's not for me. Like, it's not content I would pursue.
Yeah.
So whatever. Where else is there? Oh, but go listen to his first episode if you want to, and see what I'm talking about. It's at the beginning. You don't have to listen to much of it. And then one of the last episodes he did at IGN, the last 2 episodes of Nintendo Voice Chat, had interviews. And in these interviews, this is before any of this even happened, I was like, man, he's not very good at interviews. And there's this, at one point he asks them a question in this last episode. So it's the second newest Nintendo Voice Chat. And he asks like 6 questions in a row about this game. It's like, what was your influences here? And what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And I was like, these are good questions, bro. But you did 7 in a row, and now they can't answer any of them. And it was very... I remember hearing that, and then the next day, this happened. And like, man, that was 2 things in a row against this guy that was weird as hell. So whatever. I think... And if you listen to you can listen to Nintendo Voice Chat. There's a year of podcasts, right? And you can hear him get better, and you can hear him also kind of just steer the ship of the show and not really give a lot of... I mean, when you say, like, Logan, what's your favorite N64 game?
Ocarina of Time.
And why is that?
Because I was gonna
See, now you're fucking up.
Because I have very fond memories of playing it as a kid, and I was introduced to it through a strategy guide that my dad got for free from the video rental store. And so he went out, he got me this guide, then saw me reading it nonstop, and he got it for me. Rented a 64 when you can do that.
Yeah.
Rented this game, got me playing it, and I must have played through that 1,000 times. And I already knew everything front to back because of that guide. And so ever since then I played it, and I wore out that cartridge. I still have my original 64 Ocarina of Time cartridge. You can see the label's all worn out.
It's like warped.
But it's an amazing game.
See, that is a great response. I love that story. Never heard that story. Love it. Better than any fucking story he told. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Is there was just something missing of, like, give me a little personality. Give me, like, this is your passion, right? You're passionate about Ocarina of Time or about video games in general. Let me see it. Why do you like this? There was never anything more than that just surface level. Oh, Joel, what is your favorite GameCube game?
Never had one.
Fucking God, Joel. What is your favorite Mario game?
Never had one.
What's that one? Mario Run.
Oh, I hate you. Why is that your answer?
He's trolling. Move past him.
He's worse than Philip.
Because it's good. Just kidding. Mario. No. Oh God. Super Mario World.
Okay.
Is my
Why is that?
Because it's good. I don't know. I grew up with that one.
Okay, so you grew up playing it.
Special place in my heart.
There you go. That's fine. That's.
Yoshi, bro.
Yoshi is garbage. Delphox, no, I do not like Yoshi. So many times playing Mario Maker, I'm just, let me kill Yoshi. Let me dump this dinosaur in the lava.
Around kill Yoshi.
Fuck this dinosaur. So, where did we get to in the story? They fired him for plagiarism allegations, which I guess are still alleged. I don't know. Maybe there's legal action. Maybe there's something. Who knows?
Well, I guess that would be up to Boomstick what he wants to do about it, right?
Yeah, or
he wants to pursue legal action,
or it's some kind of thing with IGN where you can't say exactly what's going on because it's still kind of an investigation, but it was very clearly very fishy. So we gotta get rid of you.
Using that word alleged is safe.
Well, last I read, they had reached out to him about some sort of compensation, whether
Boomstick,
it's ad revenue or something like that.
Yeah.
Which
That's cool.
I forgot someone said something about ad revenue, and they're like, yeah, because that brought in a ton of money. I think
I
it was
saw
on
that tweet, yeah.
Giant Bomb. Something
Well,
like that.
when he made that video of IGN copying my Dead Cell review, like that made a ton of views on his channel.
Oh
or
yeah.
on that
Right,
video.
but I meant
Most of
more
his videos were like a few thousand. This is like 1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now it's gone viral.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah.
If I were to
It's good.
offer Boomstick one suggestion, though, his narration is a little. And this Metroidvania game is like it's a little monotone, boring. Like I'm being told about the Civil War in history class. Like just a little pep it up. Need some pep.
Pep up that war.
Need to pep up that war,
Yeah.
man. It's a dark time. Pep it.
Dark time.
Pep it up. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it did a great review. So good, it could have been on IGN. Apparently.
Oh.
Or it was. Who knows?
Ta-da! There you go.
So Philip, just like 3 hours ago, finally said something public.
Which everyone's been waiting for him to respond in some way.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I remember like Tuesday after, I was like, did they put anything on his Twitter? Did he put anything on his YouTube channel? I was like, I don't see anything.
No. And
like,
his Twitter.
I understand I probably wouldn't want to talk or go out and talk about what happened
So
so
soon.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, his
wanted to,
Twitter.
like, settle.
His Twitter was so good because it was like the last two tweets was, I'm working on this Dead Cells review. Can't wait to
Yeah.
put this video review up. And then he tweeted the review, and then it was it. It's like, God, that's a little sad.
He should have just tweeted like a funny GIF of like "oops" and like shruggy shoulders.
It's got to be like Mr. Rossetti coming out. Nope, nope, nope. But he puts out this apology, which, I mean, can we call it an
In
apology?
quotations. Apology.
Yeah, it's
not an apology.
No, it's pretty much like he doesn't really say he definitely doesn't use the word plagiarize. Doesn't use that word.
He says he takes
He
full.
said it. He said
What did he say? I
plagiarize
take
once
full
and just-
responsibility for what happened.
Yeah.
But he didn't admit that he plagiarized.
No, which
He just admitted.
it's
he
very-
just admitted fault.
yeah, he took blame.
He didn't even do that either.
Yeah.
I mean,
It could be that he didn't want to incriminate himself in case there is legal action.
It did seem like he was covering his ass a little bit in that, which I understand. I mean, but it is very weird. And Logan, you brought up the point of this video's edited and then he walks away from the camera at the end. And
Yeah, like the last few seconds, like, what is?
It'd be so
why
great if
do
he
you have this?
ran back and was like, "Oh shit, I forgot to turn off the camera."
oh, I forgot to do a quick cut. That would have been a funny ending. I would have appreciated that. Gotta remember to quick
but
cut the ending.
obviously, he left this bit in of him stopping, getting up, turning off the camera. Like,
It was either
okay, you're
intentional.
stupid? Like what?
Turns off the lights.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Like
Shuts
that's
off
it.
the mic.
I'm done. See
It
ya.
was weird.
It was.
It was really,
It
really
wouldn't
weird.
be weird if the whole video was just one take, but because it was hypercut and edited down to that with that ending, it was like that's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
no.
I made this comment saying like there's people on Reddit that are solving cold cases and scouring the internet for people are doing all that shit, right?
Mhm.
People that are especially looking out for this game, you're probably, if you're not sure about the game or you're, let's say, a person who developed the game, like you're watching review after review after review, like someone's gonna catch it.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. That's the biggest, or one. There's two big things. So let's talk about the review and then talk about Patrick Klepek in a second. At the beginning of this apology, air quotes, he talks about how, oh, when I'm doing a review, I want to find out like all this other information, and he makes like this case of, oh, that's what everyone does. You find out all the information you can, gather it all together, and like distill it down to the most comprehensive review possible. And that sounds like none of the reviews I've ever written in my life. The last review I did, the only thing I consulted, words hard, bro. Consolidated. Consummated.
Congratulated.
The only thing I read to give me supporting information was the game's official website. And I've still never looked at anyone else's review for that game. Because I reviewed it. I don't need to look at your opinion. I fucking played the game. I don't need to know. And I don't need to see what other people have said. There have been very few occasions when I've been writing a review where I've clicked on someone else's review and looked at it briefly to just kind of poke around, but I really don't want to see it. Like, I don't want to know what someone else thinks. I want to know what I think and put that out there. So him
Yeah.
saying that so very clearly, and to say it in such a way where it's like, this is what everyone
With that
does.
conviction.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
him say with conviction and saying like, this is how I know everyone does it. That
Like,
rings
no.
so false. Like, no one does that. No one wants to read other people's reviews. That's the opposite of what you should be doing when you write a review.
I don't want to read, if I'm writing a review for something, I'm not going to read someone else's until after I've written mine.
Yeah, at least the first
Because
draft of
I
your
don't-
review.
Yeah, because like I don't want anything tainting my or skewing my view if
Uh-huh.
it's possible, you know?
Or giving you an idea of like, oh, I actually like it more now because this person made a point. It's like, well, that kind of
Right.
skews it.
Man, the review's better.
And yeah, that's what happened.
I need a thesaurus.
I'm gonna
So-
throw
I need
mine
to change
away.
some words.
So okay, so let's go back to the other thing is Patrick Klepek, who like did this whole Kotaku thing on and found allegations of plagiarism in his FIFA review.
No, Klepek is Waypoint. You're
Oh,
thinking of
Jason Schreier is
Yeah,
the other
Jason
one. It's the other one.
Yeah. Well, someone had sent him like
That's what it was.
yeah, a thing saying like, "Hey, I think he also did it to FIFA."
And that was less clear, but it was still iffy.
Plus, it's FIFA. Nobody
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
probably read into that so much.
all FIFA is the same. But I mean, like, yeah, it's not as clear as the Dead Cells plagiarism, but it's like, you know, I could kind of see some pretty close similarities, but it's just not as.
Yeah, and it's
direct
one
as
thing. It's one thing if you're gonna say, "Oh, the Legend of Zelda is a story about this fairy boy who goes on an adventure and whatever." Like, it's different to have the same kind of plot pitch, and then have the same. This is the mechanics and what I like about it being copied. It's very different. Like, if you had copied the setup for what Dead Cells was, I could kind of buy that. Like, how do you set it up? Everyone knows it's the Metroidvania procedurally generated action game. Like, that's it. You can kind of skew those words around, but it's all the same. But if your review features exact points of, like I said when I was talking about it, doing the same enemies at the beginning over and over is kind of boring, and it becomes da 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 da. Then both the reviews say that exactly. Like, that's a direct critique of what's going on that you lifted. Like, at a certain point, you can't say parallel thought when it's 7 different examples that are sentences long. Like, more than one sentence in a row is too many. Too many.
Yeah, it is. Well,
Yeah,
in
fucked
Jason
up.
Schreier, he talked about how he reached out to Philip when this happened, and then after he was fired to ask for his side of the story, and he never responded. So he was talking about that on his Twitter, and then this
Just because he knows Jason would call him on his shit.
Oh, and Dan
yeah, well,
Stapleton.
but then Philip calls him out on the video,
Yeah.
and it's
As like, oh, he's stirring trouble. Like, dude, this is one of the most respected people
yeah,
doing
He's
actual
doing his
journalism.
job. You're calling him out for doing his job, like, okay, shut up, Philip.
Just shut up. Dan Stapleton of IGN. I forget if he's the.
He's the head of reviews or something.
Okay,
like that.
that's what I forget exactly
Reviews
his title. But I knew he was high up.
manager,
He's like,
editor.
wow. I forget the tweet. I just read it before the show started, but it was effectively like, I'm being lied to. Like, this is the video you put out. I feel like I'm being lied to. This is being stabbed in the back. Like, this is great. No, that was what his tweet was. Never since apology has been so negatively received since like Kevin Spacey's apology.
Yeah.
It was something like that. Like,
Yeah,
damn.
Just a
Not very good. And
So you're saying Philip should have just came out and said he was gay, right? And then it all.
I think it would have been okay. You know, he could have said he couldn't read or something stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Philip talks in the video like he had someone else writing it because he talked about how he was like the top editorial person in charge of it.
That is kind of alluded to, but it's not clear.
Yeah, it was really weird how he was like phrasing that.
That's true. Yeah,
Like,
it was like
What you had someone else do it?
someone in the Reddit
I-
did mention that, where it's like, this looks like he subcontracted out the review and then now is just mad at that person. Which I guess you could be, but why are you like? This is the thing. IGN is the video game website. It doesn't matter if you hate the site or not. It is the biggest video game website in the world. Do not fuck around. This is your dream job. And if it's not, then you shouldn't be working there, probably. Right? And you finally got there after this weird YouTube journey that you only did for 8 months. You got there. Why would you even do anything even remotely close to subcontracting out a review. I wouldn't even want to risk that, especially like this is my job. I want to review this game. Let's do it, right?
Yeah.
And to throw it all away, because with that line of what you're saying, it does. And someone in the Reddit actually did say this, like I mentioned. Could he have subcontracted this out the review and that person just fucked him over? Which is still bad. I don't think you should be subcontracting anything you write for IGN. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Especially if it's going to have your name on it at the end. That's really weird.
Yeah, because his
I don't
name
think
is
he
on
did
it.
that.
Yeah.
I think he straight up just
But it's just a weird
copied this guy.
word
And it
that's
seems
used.
people are saying that like it just seems like a habit or something like that. Like maybe he's like it's how he does his shit.
Well, that's
Right,
what he
he
says
just-
at the beginning. I look at all the other stuff on the internet and then I surmise it, basically.
Yeah, he,
It's definitely not the first time he's done it, which like now people are going to go through all of his work and compare it to other things like it's because
Right.
I mean now there is like a witch hunt for him. Not witch hunt, whatever. There's like
Well, it is.
like now they're going to grab everything they can to continue to throw it at this guy's face because right now he is the talk
He
of the
fucked
town.
up. This is quite possibly the biggest blunder you could do. Your only job is to review a video game at the biggest video game website in the world, and you fucked it up. And like
It just
like
sucks, man.
you said in the Discord, like you're dead. Yeah, what do you do after this? You don't work in the video game industry. You don't
You
work.
won't get a
will
job.
always be known for this.
Like, well, yeah. What do? You change your name? Like, what the fuck do you do? And he
Never
says
show
he's
your
disappear.
face.
You disappear like as far as like a personality.
Yeah.
And you figure out some other way to work and do
I mean, he
something
could do video
without trying to
editing.
be-
for people.
Yeah.
He can do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, no one's gonna like. What's the escapist isn't gonna hire you?
Yeah.
No one's gonna hire you. Why would they risk that? And he says he's gonna keep doing his YouTube.
Well, it reminds me a lot of like
He said that
the whole
after
thing
he
that
was
happened
fired,
with
too.
Yeah.
the whole thing that happened with Nick Robinson.
He did it.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Like where he got let go from Polygon, I think.
Yeah.
And he's still out there trying to do stuff, and people just do not give him the time of day.
Yeah. And honestly, what he did is not good because it was like sleeping. What did he sleep with an underage
No,
girl, or did he
He
just?
was trying to position his like status to try to pick up women.
Yeah. It was very sketchy, but at least that's unrelated to your job.
Yeah.
That's just you being a sleazeball. That's not you stealing someone else's work, or at the very best, hiring someone else and having them fuck you over, which is still pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I think that actually makes more sense. I'd have to go back and look at his other reviews, but if they're anything like his opinions on podcasts, they're very just straight by the book, non-emotional, fact sheety kind of. I really liked this. All right.
Well, that's because that's all he can do. When he had to go to write a review for IGN, he had to plagiarize it because he couldn't do anything more than the basics.
He wrote a bunch of reviews. Like he did the IGN review for Doom on the Switch, which I didn't ever look at because I don't care. But I don't know. I'd have to see. It's just someone plagiarized it. That's for damn sure. And whether it's him, I mean, hey, you fall on your sword if you do that.
Yeah, Jason Schreier tweeted after the video came out, that response video came out, and he said, "For what it's worth, I think it's possible to unintentionally take someone's idea or even accidentally steal a phrase. It's not possible to unintentionally plagiarize an entire review. And the type of person who would plagiarize a review is also the type of person who would deny it." So that was pretty great.
That's a pretty good tweet. I would love to know the exact specifics of what happened, especially now that, because that wording about it is really weird. But I don't know. I doubt we'll ever know. And I think at the end of the day, how much are we going to see from this guy? Probably not a lot. Probably not a lot. Are you going to stick around? People in his YouTube comments, some of them are really positive and sticking with him, and fine, but
It's because they want a free Switch.
I guess so. I mean, you could just go to Walmart and get a Switch. It's not hard to find now.
Yeah, it's true, but people like free shit.
That's true. We'll see. We'll see what happens in a week. If it's like, no, we went into his YouTube history and found it.
Yeah, check this out.
I,
This is footage from another YouTuber that he used in his review.
that'd be funny. In his apology, he stole this apology.
Yeah.
The best. Well, the train of thought just went straight away. just went, wee.
Lost the station.
Just all gone. We'll see if there's any updates in it. But I feel like we're not gonna have
This
any
is
updates.
probably all we're gonna see from here on out. I mean,
Yeah.
like anything behind the scenes is going to be behind the scenes. Like, that's it.
Yeah, it certainly was exciting for a couple days though.
Yeah,
That was
it
fun.
It was quite the big deal.
Cause stuff like this never ever happens. And wow, it's so weird. It's so weird that it did.
Yeah. Well, aren't there programs and like tools out there that you can check
Yeah.
cross-check like
It's all
articles
written.
and stuff on the internet?
It's all written though.
Yeah.
So you'd have to have some kind of voice to speech thing, and then, but you'd have to voice to speech. Someone was saying you could make an algorithm for the way like YouTube does content ID, and just kind of make the phrases. But that's way more complex than actually what content ID is, I believe.
Yeah.
Especially with the way like people talk and say things, and it's not exact phrases. It'd be really tough. But you can do that with text, and I have used programs like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
turn it in. There you go.
It'll be interesting to see what his future holds. I also want to see if like his YouTube channel like falters. Not falters, but like loses viewers.
I want to see next week if it's like, well, here's my gameplay of this. That's my new video, dude.
Right. I mean, I think that's what he would have to do. Like, he put out this apology, and then he just goes back and does what he was doing before IGN.
Which I honestly didn't. I watched a couple of those videos, and they're well put together, but they are so not good.
I didn't watch any. I just like looked through the channel.
I watched maybe 3, but not fully, just a few, and 2 of
Yeah.
them used the same footage and the same VO. It was like the 5 reasons you should buy a Switch, and one of them was about one of the reasons was HD Rumble, and that HD Rumble portion was just lifted from his video about HD Rumble, which happened to be another one I clicked on.
Right. So he's plagiarizing himself. Just
I mean, I guess that's smart reusing of content, but I just happened to click on the 2 videos that reused
yeah.
stuff. It's weird. It is weird, and it's weird to say because I don't want to be mean to this guy, and I don't want because there's people like going after his family. That's fucking stupid. What,
Yeah.
what the hell did they do?
That's the internet for you.
The internet's like, let's go crazy. Well, no. Let's not go crazy.
Yeah, it's like the people doing death threats for not putting a character in in a game or something.
Yeah,
It's like shut.
it's just
Your life is dependent on a video game character being in a fucking video game and
like, you just need to grow
threatening
up.
other people.
Grow up. So that obviously no, but this is someone, like I said, and I am a jealous person, but when he started on that show, I was like, man, I could do a better job on Nintendo Voice Chat, hosting the show, being on the show. I know I could. I know for a fact I could. And now he's gone, and I feel like I won. It's kinda. Not really. Not. What did I
Just
win?
internally, you're like, yeah.
What did I win? Because I played Dead Cells and was like, this is okay. It might have got like a 7.5 for me. People be mad. People be mad at me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good content.
That's the funny thing. I listen to Nintendo Voice Chat, and I'll be like, they'll be raving about some game. I'm like, I played that and I didn't like it. So if I was on that show, I'd be like, yeah, it's okay. It's not that good. It's Hollow Knight's better. Like, Ben, you've been saying that for 2 years. Hollow Knight's better. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, fuck, man. I don't know what to tell you. Hollow Knight's really good. Go play Axiom Verge. That's really good, too. That's on the Switch.
True.
So, speaking of the Switch, we got an awesome 25, 30-ish almost minutes.
Yeah, it was a good chunk.
Smash Direct. Yeah, Delphox, I don't like anything. That's the thing. Do you have a list of all the announcements? Because there were so many announcements. First announcement,
do.
Luigi's dead. So
Yeah.
we don't have to worry about him anymore. That's good.
No,
That's good
Nintendo
news.
came out and said, "Hey, he's not dead."
Oh, God. I thought he was dead, though. That would have been nice.
That was Nintendo UK, so you can't trust them. Yeah.
Maybe he's just dead. He's just alive in Europe.
Yeah.
They haven't confirmed the body in Europe yet.
Yeah.
He's
It's
still.
being transported to Japan.
They're like, he's alive, and America's like, no, we got the corpse. We're just sending it via boat over to Japan.
You're wrong.
We don't know why the Castlevania castle was in New York, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So we got.
Yeah, so this Smash Direct had a ton of information, a ton of content
Oh yeah.
packed into 25 minutes. Like after E3's Smash Nintendo Direct, like I didn't know they could have this much more content.
It was
after
so
that.
much. Yeah.
And so much good stuff, so much quality of life improvements in addition to new content. It was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm loving all of these changes. I'm really excited to try them. It started off with an introduction of a new character, two new characters,
Well,
Simon Belmont from
one.
the Castlevania. Well, yeah, a new character in his Echo, Simon Belmont from Castlevania, and this is kind of been a fan
Desire.
desire for a decent amount of time.
Oh yeah.
And because Castlevania originated on the NES.
Ever since I would say, well, at least post Brawl, it'd be like, wouldn't it be cool now that we got Sonic, we could
Right,
get
now that
more
there's
third party?
parties,
Yeah.
like Simon Belmont. And so so they reveal him, they talk about his weapons and his moveset, and he has an Echo character of Richter.
And I totally
I
want
remember
to.
his last name.
I don't remember either, but I totally want to play as one of those. They look super fun and exactly
Yeah.
my play style.
Yeah, it is really cool. You see remnants of the NES moves of throwing like the holy water and the
Mhm.
cross.
The cross,
and
yeah.
the whip. And the whip reminded me of Melee Sheik.
Yeah.
You know, exactly.
She can do that still.
back control. Can she? I
think
never
so.
used
I
her.
use Sheik fairly often.
Yeah. And then they obviously there's a Castlevania level, Dracula's Castle, and it seems like a big level in terms of what it has. You know, it has these stage hazards, it has boss fights that happen. Dracula can come and like fuck up the day.
Yeah. I wanted to
then
see
it-
Legion so bad, but
Yeah, that would
Maybe
be
not.
cool. And then they're like, oh yeah, there's also 34 Castlevania tracks in this game.
yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, so good music though.
I know. Castlevania has
Da
such
da
good
da
music.
da.
Yeah, when that theme started playing, I was like, oh, I love this. Yeah, the night before it, Nintendo put a video out of a music, and they accidentally titled it the Castlevania theme title. Here's
Oh,
whatever, and then it quickly got edited, but someone saw it and it was like, "This is it."
That
So yeah,
sucks.
that's
Okay.
that's what got spoiled for me, and I was like, "Oh God, no! I know what's happening." But all we knew was like Simon. We didn't know like his Echo character and the level and everything that came with
Yeah.
it. So it was cool.
there was a lot with that.
Yeah.
So then we got a couple more echoes with like Dark Samus, which looks awesome.
Dark Samus, yeah. Here and Dark Samus's alternate costume looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
So
that's nice because we've kind of had like a black suit Samus in the game before, but now we can
Yeah.
officially have Dark Samus. I appreciate that a lot. Or there was what's his face Crom,
Chrom from Fire Emblem,
cares?
another sword Fire
I-
Emblem clone.
another swordman.
But, I mean, he is an echo of Roy, so he's a little
That's
different
better.
from the other echoes. Yeah,
That's better.
yeah.
Who was the other one? I forget.
That's all the echoes.
Oh, there wasn't another one?
Richter, Dark Samus, and Chrome. Yeah, as far as echoes go
Yeah,
for
okay.
this Smash Direct.
I thought that was another one.
And then they started talking about how there's a shit ton of music in this game.
10 million tracks.
It was like, it was 400 tracks. Wait, no, 900 tracks.
Yeah, when it did 400, I was like, that doesn't seem that high. Oh, 9? Yeah, 9's high. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
900,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, that was fun on their part. And you could turn the Switch into a music player, like plug in headphones, put the Switch in your pocket because it fits. and
Who's gonna? I feel like
turn your
Sony.
screen off and listen to music.
I feel like Sony talked about that at their E3 one time for the PSP. You know?
Yes. I think I did that on my PSP too.
That's all I'm saying is I feel like that's a really
Yeah.
stupid thing.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
It's nice, I guess, but whatever.
Yeah.
I think you could do that on the 3DS version, actually. Yeah. I think that's where I remember it. Huh. Whatever.
That might be right. Like you could put it into sleep mode, like fold it closed, and
Oh, yeah, and then keep playing music.
probably true. Yeah.
I'm going to say that I'm right.
Yeah. Then they talked about a lot of original stages coming back. You know, from 64, Pokemon Stadium, Saffron City, Dreamland, and they're like reminiscent of the original 64, but kind of updated. But they, have that original look, original graphics for those stages.
I
So it's
love
really
the
cool.
original look. Don't
Yeah.
change it.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh,
And
and
they
there's
showed
so
off a
many
bunch
stages.
of new levels.
Yes.
Yeah,
What do we got
bunch
for?
of new
There was a
levels.
bunch of new levels. There's like 5 new stages.
Yeah, I don't-
There was the Jump
Do I have a list? Let me
Superstar,
see.
Donk Valley, whatever. You like my name for the levels? Jump Valley, Donk City. Nope. Not right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they showed off Great Bay from Melee
Oh,
back. Living Room, which is a Nintendogs level.
yes.
The Figure 8 circuit from Brawl, I think. This Mario Kart
The Mario
level.
Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is
Pokemon
Brawl.
Stadium, and then the Unova Pokemon League. My favorite surprise was Magicant, the Earthbound level. That was really cool. Gamer from Wario, Final
Yeah.
Destinations, New Donk City from Odyssey.
Hmm.
Fountain of Dreams, Saffron. The old ones.
Yeah. I've wanted that N64 stage back forever.
Yeah.
Forever. What?
Um,
Oh shit. I have no trains of thought today. Just like crashing into the wall. God.
Yeah, and so all of the levels are compatible with 8 players.
It's
And
crazy.
Because on the Wii U version, it was only
It's like half of
certain
them.
levels
Yeah.
that can do 8 players, and now it's all of them. And then all of the levels have their like Omega forms. They have all their
The
Battlefield forms,
Oh, so good.
and so they can all change. And so that list is over 300 stages. And then there's a new stage morph mechanic where stages can change mid-game, mid-battle. which
and
is
back
pretty
and
cool.
forth, which is so cool.
Yeah, and you can change. You could choose what levels you want to change, how often it changes, if it's random. Like you get that control.
The only way that could be better, and I really wish it was true, is if you could just tell it to go to a random stage, and every 2 minutes it just went to another random one. Oh,
You
that'd
might be able to.
It said it was like just back and forth between 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that would be the dream. Even between
That would be
2
cool.
is so cool. What an awesome idea that it's not even on the list of things that most fans are like, oh, I really want that. But it's just another thing. It's like you're saying, the quality of life. Now you get to save your custom rule set and have that be the default. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could you could set your rules and then save them
Yeah.
as your default, which is I never realized it till they said it. And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, because we always go and like start the level and it's like change time to stock. Everyone stop.
Yeah,
controlling
no one
everything
uses
like you're-
time. Who is using time?
I mean, I use time with my students, but
I mean,
so
that's
I can
different.
Kick them off. And you can turn off stage hazards too if you want.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't
Some
know.
of the
I don't
stages
know
are
if that was in
kind of.
the older games.
Some of the stage hazards, like I don't like the Mega Man stage hazard in
Oh, yeah,
Smash
with the-
4. I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's too big. Like it takes up the whole goddamn stage.
I know. It's like okay, we get it.
Like make a hazard not be the whole fucking thing.
Right. And then they reverse the order. You choose the level before you choose the characters.
I don't really
So
care.
That's a big change. I don't care either, but that's a big change. That
That is a big change. I feel like I don't like that change.
yeah.
Cuz I'd rather choose the stage after.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care either way.
I
but
guess I could figure
get.
it out. Yeah.
I guess some people do care about what character is on what level, but whatever.
A lot of times I just pick random level, so I don't really.
I always pick random level.
Yeah, so I don't could care less about that part.
And speaking of choosing levels, you can do new rule sets where like loser chooses the next level or next player chooses the next level or things like that instead of just, and then they have the control over it. Because as I've seen with my students, they're always arguing over which level to choose. And you see all these cursors flying over all these levels and they can't decide. And so I always grab the controller. I'm like, no, you're doing random. Like, that's what you get.
Yeah.
And so this will be a cool thing to have.
That is
for
cool.
Scenarios like that.
And I liked the other feature where, I don't know if it was like a particular mode or something, where you could pick these characters and then after that battle you can't pick any of them. And so you're just narrowing down the characters you can use. That's a really cool.
Yeah, especially with the 70 characters that are in this game.
I wish I could turn off Dark Pit. Can I just turn off Dark Pit being in my game at all?
Maybe. You can reduce the menu to like hide those Echo Fighters. But not hide them, but they're behind the main character icons.
I just don't want Dark Pit at all. I don't even want Pit. I'll allow him, but Dark Pit, unallowable. Garbage. I'm still mad about that.
Shame
Dark
on you.
Pit. Get the fuck out of here. Dark Pit.
And now we have Dark Samus.
Dark Samus is better than Dark Pit. Who the fuck cares? Dark Pit. What
Where's
else was
Dark
in there?
Link?
Dark Link is better too.
Well, okay.
Dark Mario is also better.
Oh my gosh.
Dark and Gorf is even better.
Yes. In Sudden Death, now the camera zooms in and like shrinks the stage or something. So that's new. You could charge final smashes. You can use a less powerful final smash. As you
Oh,
take
that was a
damage, it
different
charges
mode.
it.
That was
Yeah.
cool. Like it was a Street Fighter super combo or whatever.
Yes, very much so.
I might play with that and no Smash Ball. That would be fun.
Yes. And yeah, so that's like one of the modes. And they showed off Squad Strike, which is kind of like DBZ Fighter / Marvel vs. Capcom, like 3-on-3 or
How does that work?
5-on-5.
Can you switch? Or is
I
it
don't
like
know.
is it like one stock with each character?
I'm not sure. The list I'm reading off says an elimination match.
It was unclear in the video to me.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll find out later.
But either way, sounds awesome. I will play that.
It's a cool mode, and I like it. I like it a lot.
No, you can't switch, says Delphox. Yeah, it must be like a stock thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That sounds awesome. That is exactly what I want.
And then they added a tournament mode with like brackets for up to 32 players, so that's really cool too.
That's not new.
I know, but
I love that mode.
yeah. But I see like no one use that or do that ever.
John and I used to do that all the time.
I believe it.
That's what we'd pick like 8 characters each, and we'd play those characters in the tournament as the tournament went through. A lot of fun.
That's true. And then there's that Smashdown mode where you eliminate previously selected fighters with each match, like you talked about.
Awesome. These are great
showed
modes.
Yeah, like all these modes are cool. They're going to be all fun. Lots of variety to the gameplay.
And
It's great.
the UI looked sleek and clean,
yes, clean,
which
sleek.
was so good to see.
Yes, we don't need no messy system. A extensive training mode where you can see like distant measures,
Yeah,
like how far someone launches and stuff like that. Like crazy technical.
that was interesting. And the
Yeah.
Smash community is going to love that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna love seeing that. There's gonna be a patch that comes out, then they're all gonna rush to the training and see.
Yeah,
the
see,
changes.
it's like changes to Pikachu's like, go, go, go. I got to beat up someone.
Classic mode is back from the original,
Yes.
or is that Melee?
Well, it's classic was in the other ones,
Yeah, that's true.
but
Yeah,
I don't remember playing much of classic in Smash 4
no, I don't either.
because I don't think it was very good. I just don't remember it at all.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's going back to an original style.
It needs to
Just
be
fight people elimination.
literally what it was in Smash 64 or Melee. Just you're fighting 7 different characters. It's only 10 levels long. Here's fight the team of Kirby's. Here's Metal, King K. Rool.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
That was fun. That yeah, I loved it. The
That's
polygon
Yeah,
team.
the polygon team. Oh,
It was so satisfying. Just boom, boom, boom.
how
boom,
is
just
that not an
launch it off the
assist
screen.
trophy? The polygon team.
I know.
Holy
that's a great
fuck.
question.
God,
That is a great
plagiarize
question.
that idea too.
Plagiarize your own game for that idea.
Please, yeah, plagiarize yourself. Get on it.
Oh, and then stamina battles now a default mode too.
I like that. I hope it's expanded. Like, I want 1,000 HP matches. I want these weird bouts. That I think that's a really fun mode that doesn't get
I've
enough.
always liked stamina.
Yeah, it doesn't get enough
And
attention.
no one ever wants to play it.
I do.
But it's like, yeah, like
I've always
HP, it's cool.
because it was lame. Like it started in Melee, but it was like
Yeah.
150. Like, that's not enough.
Yeah. It was little. It was, yeah, you need higher numbers for sure.
Yeah. So as long as they have higher numbers, I'm in. Or stock HP stuff like that.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
that would be cool. And then the rest of it was mainly a bunch of new items. They showed off a ton of new Pokemon
Oh, that's right.
for the Pokeball.
A Lowland dildo.
What?
The
I don't remember that move.
Executor
Yeah.
giant
Just
dildo.
standing in the middle of the level. Yeah. A Alolan Vulpix shooting ice instead of fire.
They
You do
showed
both.
stock with the stamina. Oh, Delphox.
Oh shit.
Oh, Delphox.
Should have gone back and rewatched this.
I don't want to. That's the thing. I don't want to watch any gameplay for it, though. I just want to play the game.
I know. Yeah.
Because it looks so...
Mimikyu grabs
Mimikyu? Yeah.
opponents and knocks them out instantly.
That was good. I liked the Ditto copying a person.
Transforming into another player. That's really cool.
That was nice.
Then a bunch of assist trophies. A lot of fan requested
Crystal.
characters
Yeah,
being
Crystal.
assist trophies. So obviously you saw that with Waluigi at the E3 reveal, then Zero, Knuckles, Crystal, things like that. Majora's Mask Moon was a cool one.
Oh,
to
that
see.
was so good.
Shovel Knight. That's another character
That's
that people wanted to
Another
play
great
as.
one.
Yeah. And
Assist
then
trophies are
a
like
big
one of the best additions they've had.
Yeah, because you could do all these different things from all these different games, and it's
Yeah.
really cool. And then Rathalos from Monster Hunter,
That was great.
who is not only an assist trophy, but he's also a boss.
But was he a boss in a certain stage?
Well, we don't know that. Like, we saw him in a stage that kind of looked like a Monster Hunter-esque stage, but
Yeah.
it was never actually clear, is my understanding. So
I agree. Maybe there'll be a
Um,
Monster Hunter stage then.
that'd be sweet. That'd be cool.
I'd be down for that, yeah.
Do it. Give me a Monster Hunter character. Fuck it.
You got Palico.
Give me a Palico. Give me a Palico assist trophy.
Yeah.
Like all the black Palicos come and beat you up.
And they carry you away.
And they-
They try to just like run off the stage with you.
oh, that'd be so cool.
I'm being carded. No.
Yeah. And then some mystery menu item that they blurred out.
Which people have said is saying spirits.
Spirits, yeah, that's what it looks like. And
Which
there's
could
something
be
else,
the story mode or something.
yeah, supporting that. Well, people were like, spirits, that you saw Luigi get killed by the scythe at the beginning of the direct, and like maybe you have to collect the spirits of dead. I don't know.
Just
there's-
other
I
stuff.
don't know what the correlation is, but obviously they're saving that for another direct, which is fine because that means we're going to have another direct with
Oh, yeah.
more stuff, obviously. And then one more big character reveal. King K. Rool.
Which people have been. I remember back in the Brawl days, waiting for Brawl, people wanted King K. Rool.
Yeah, people have been wanting this character forever.
I don't
Like,
know why it's garbage,
Ridley and King K. Rool are probably the two highest requested Smash characters.
but that could happen. Yeah, besides the crazy
That
ones,
could.
he's
Right.
Yeah,
The
those two definitely.
most realistic fighters.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so people.
it's cool to see.
It was neat how Nintendo trolled everyone with DDD doing the whole cinematic. Like that was just great. Like they did such a good job with that. It was kudos Nintendo.
Yeah, that was good because it was almost you're watching it like, are they really just trolling? And it went on long enough. Like I think they're just trolling.
Yeah.
Oh no. But it looks cool. I don't really usually play the heavy floaty, weird characters. So I don't
Right,
know.
Bowser and Ganondorf and
Yeah,
King Koopa,
Ganondorf
like, bigger.
at best I'll play, but Bowser like never.
Yeah, those big slow characters. I've always
Even-
never really.
Like DK, only because he was in the first game do I know how to kind of play him.
Right.
Other than that, nah.
Yeah, and so yeah, that pretty much said it. I mean, they talked about that there's going to be Nintendo GameCube adapters and new Nintendo GameCube controllers, so you can play GameCube controllers with Smash Ultimate. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of new items that like I didn't talk about. Death Scythe, the Killing Edge, Banana Gun.
I liked the banana gun. That was fun.
Yeah, lots of the Rage Blaster. I think is really cool. You know, the more damage you have, the more powerful it is.
Yeah, stuff like that. There was the one. There wasn't there a sword that did something like that, and then another gun weapon that did something like that. I don't know, but it's kind of like Lucario. His moves are, like the more damaged he is, the more damage he does. Kind of thing.
Yeah, the
I don't know. The stream seems to be dying / broken, but that's pretty much all the news that came from it, right?
yeah.
It was a lot.
As far as the direct goes,
It
it was a
was-
ton, and there's going to be more. I was expecting like some sort of like Smash beta announcement, but that might be on the next one if there is one.
You think we're gonna get that? I mean, we got a ARMS beta, we got a Splatoon beta, we got a Mario Tennis beta.
I mean, obviously, like it's a very strong possibility. Why not?
Oh, that needs to happen.
I mean, we're all sold on it anyway, but like that would like probably just solidify it all.
Damn, that beta.
Yep, it needs to happen.
Oh, we need that beta.
Give me that beta, Sakurai beta.
Sorry, please, please. But I think that's a sufficient summarization
Yes.
of all the damn news. It was a lot.
Yeah, there was more we didn't even cover.
Yeah, it's best to just not remember it and be surprised when the game comes out.
Surprise!
Surprise, it's great.
You're gonna love it.
Allegedly great, just like the plagiarism. Allegedly great.
I don't know.
We don't know.
It will be.
Do you think it will be
By the way,
delayed?
we lost. We lost. No, I don't think it's gonna be delayed.
Okay.
I think it's looking. I mean, they're having it at tournaments all the time right now. and
Yeah.
taking it like they're playing it. That's like beta testing it because they had all the Bayonetta issues with it being OP at E3, and so they're like doing all these changes, and I think it really benefits them.
Yeah, I think they're. I know I said it's gonna be delayed, but it does seem like no, they're gonna make it, which is great.
No delay,
No delay. No delay. I think that's a Beck album.
except on this stream.
Oh, the stream's dead. I don't know what happened, so that's fun.
We lost Joel a long time ago.
Yeah, we never addressed
we
it.
didn't even acknowledge it. It's
No.
like, Joel's gone. Oh well.
Oh, Joe. I mean, I think you could just figure that out. Just context clues.
His bottom power outlet fucked up again.
Yeah, his children kicked the outlet and broke it.
No, Dad, give us attention.
That's just how power works. I
It's
don't know
true.
what to tell you. What else was there? There's a few other things. I mean, I didn't watch the Rage gameplay. I didn't watch the Doom gameplay.
I watched some of the Doom gameplay.
I didn't watch. I did watch the Red Dead, and I do think it looks really good.
But
I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I just don't. I've never loved a Rockstar game, so it's hard for me to get hyped for one when I've never really liked one that much. And what I liked most about GTA 5 was driving in a car. So that's a
can't
little
do
different.
that.
Yeah. I probably will still Redbox it. Maybe get that 3-day Redbox thing they got going and do
Yeah,
that.
I do want to play it. I think a lot of the things I don't want to do, if that makes sense, like, the character was walking around and, greeting people either escalating or de-escalating stuff. Like I don't want to do that all the time.
That looked cool. I really
was
like that
cool.
system because I'm glad to see it in a game, but I want to see how it actually plays out and is to play as opposed to here's a video we made up.
Right.
But it looks stunning.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful. I love riding a horse around. Like, I get all that. I just don't know. Just don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna get another
Yeah.
part 2, so that'll
About
show
missions and stuff. I just don't buy it. Like, I see through their lies. I know they're up to something.
more. It's a rock.
Oh, every time this group they move their camp, and you're gonna get to know all of them. And it's like you can hunt and boost morale at the camp, and I'm sitting there going,
walk around.
if this is
Play
required,
game.
it's gonna be monotonous. It's not gonna be fun to shoot a deer every 20 minutes to bring back the camp so everyone's happy. So it's
Right,
probably
you're gonna get like Fallout 4. Like, there's a settlement that needs help. Like, there's a camp that
exactly.
needs help.
It's
They
gonna
need
be
food.
that,
They
but
need
you don't have to do it.
companionship. They need board games.
It's gonna be exactly that, but not you can't make that required because that's obnoxious. So
Yeah, because your character will get a text on his phone and be like, "Oh shit."
like it's like a smoke signal in the distance. I gotta bring a deer back to camp.
Oh, that'd be so bad. Well, it looks so realistic that like one of my favorite things in the original Red Dead was the whole Sasquatch quest. And I wonder if it'll have like ridiculous stuff like that in this one.
Yeah, it might.
I hope so. That would be a good point for me.
I'm wondering also about just the general gameplay of it and if it's like
Fun.
yeah, fun, but if it's something I'm into, because if it's not a stealth open world game or if it's not a third person action, Breath of the Wild open world game,
Uh-huh.
and it's not a first person loot Fallout type of game,
Right.
what is it? And I like all those other things I listed. I don't know if I like what this is. And like based on what I played of the original Red Dead, years later, only a couple hours, but it was fine. I liked the idea of it, but maybe it's something I just need to play the story, like just focus on doing the story and not anything else, and I'd really like it.
It was a good story. Did you not play through the whole game?
Oh god, no! I played like 3 hours. It was too ugly, and it ran at like 20 frames. I couldn't play anymore.
yeah. Interesting. Yeah. No.
I liked the story,
played
though.
Through all of it.
If I played it at the
it was a really
time.
good story, really good ending.
Yeah.
It was a fun game. There was a lot of really cool missions that were really enjoyable.
I mean, I liked one of the last missions I did in the original Red Dead was like someone got murdered on this caravan, and we go out to look for them, and like there's ravens circling around, and like this is cool. I like it, but I couldn't. I mean, playing the game 6 years later on a PS3, I'm not plugging my PS3 and I'm gonna play it. It looks like trash. It runs like trash. It's like 7-minute loading screens. I can't. I just can't.
Yep.
Put it on PC. Come on.
I wonder what the online's gonna be like.
I hope it's. I was thinking about that, and I hope it's a mashup of GTA Online. So there's just cars and like jets and stuff fighting the Old
Horses,
West.
airships.
It's balanced to where you could use a 6-shooter to shoot down a helicopter. Like,
Oh my gosh.
I would love that. That's so awesome. That's what I want it to be. Like a bunch of tanks and these like 7 dudes on horseback taking down a tank. Love it.
That would be like a crossover. So Red Dead's playing with GTA 4 or 5's online.
Yeah.
It's this huge crossover event.
That'd be so cool. I would love that. And then like a month later, zombies invaded, and now both sides are fighting the zombies. Like, do fun shit. I love it.
Yeah. Yep. Go crazy. That's what you're known for.
Go nuts for donuts. Rare or rare. Yeah, rare.
Wow.
Not the same. Not the same. All right, that's the show. Recorded live at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Twitch.tv/TheGameHacks every Friday. The stream's broken. Discord's probably broken. Everything's broken. Thanks for hanging out. Merry Christmas. And The lesson today is don't plagiarize. Don't
Happy New Year.
How about if you work for a big gaming website, you do the work that is literally playing a video game and writing about it. Maybe just do that instead of whatever you did. That's the lesson.
Who would have thought?
Who could have foreseen this?